Okay. Wait, quickly before we start. Let me just take this off.
Oh, you bought me that, yeah.
Man.
You got Anderlecht. You bought one.
Got a little surprise for you, man.
Huh?
Got a little surprise for you. Hopefully they can't see that. This is for you, my bro. And this is also for you. I'm gonna hold it up to the cam so everyone can see. Yeah, man. Anderlecht, bro. I wonder what that looks like on the thing.
Is that their new kit?
It's not new kit. No, it's not new kit.
Is that an old kit?
It's an older one. So is this.
It's pretty cool though.
My brother.
Cheers, man.
I think, bro, it's really important, and I've mentioned this to you quite a few times. Celebrate the achievements.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic thing that you've done. You have absolutely smashed it. You know, like there's one thing wearing a football top, but there's another thing saying, yo, I've designed the stadium visuals for this team. So, yeah. I also thought, how interesting is this? The sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Just clock that.
Talk on that.
So I ended up working on a project for
Paribas
for the tennis open.
Yeah.
And yeah, designed loads of stuff for that.
Oh my God, no, I've gone one further. Who's it sponsored by? Who's it sponsored
Adidas as well.
Have you worked with Adidas?
So yeah, might as well like, yeah.
Mate,
all the sponsors might as well put them on.
Mate, hold that up. So you've worked with Anderlecht on the stadium visuals recently. You've worked with Adidas multiple times.
Yeah.
You've worked with BNP Paribas for their tennis competition that they did, right?
Exactly. So I might as well have this T-shirt. Well, this shirt, yeah.
That's yours, my man.
That's probably why you got it.
Well,
like
that was
all these logos.
That was part of the reason.
Yeah.
I saw that because I had an option of different. I wanted to pick like vintage ones, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I saw that one. I thought, oh my God, I recognise that logo. So.
Yeah, that's quite mad though.
One of the reasons why we're here today is because we obviously want to talk about your story, how you've got here, but all the amazing things you're doing, Jake. You should be so proud of yourself, genuinely. What you're doing is fantastic. But I feel like, just in general, when we're on a pursuit of success, we don't congratulate or celebrate ourselves as much because we're always like, right, what's the next thing? It's like a football team, ironically. You know, you win a Champions League or you win a Premier League or you win, you know, you keep winning silverware. You're like, okay, cool. Next season, what we doing?
Yeah.
Next season, what we're doing. But we've got to celebrate these moments, man.
Sure.
So, well done.
Cheers, mate.
Well done on the project. Let's start with Anderlecht.
Yeah.
How did this... For those that don't know, RSC Anderlecht are a football club based in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
They got in contact with you for what specifically? Let's talk on it.
So they first, I think the art director that's working at Anderlecht, he's been following me for a long time. So he wanted to bring me on board to create like a motion system for their football club. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they contacted me through email. This was actually when it was your birthday.
Oh, wow.
It was your birthday, and then I got an email that night. Do you know when we went out?
Oh, so
Battersea Power Station.
Got you. Yeah. So July 7th, July 8th, 2025.
Yeah.
Damn.
They, so I got an email, and I was just like looking at it on the tube back home. I was like, this sounds like something I want to do because I love football, and Anderlecht Belgium club. It's like I saw their art direction as well. It's really nice. So I thought it would be a good project to work on because they'll probably give me some leeway on what I can do, and their direction, the way that they're going with the club is quite good. So yeah,
like creative freedom.
Yeah, creative freedom, and their like art direction and design that they post on Instagram and social media seems really nice. So yeah,
that's amazing. And so yeah, this project, how long did it take you to do?
Project took, I think it was 4 or 5 months. It was a long project.
Okay.
But obviously, there's so much that goes into it because you've got to create so many visuals for so many different screens, like 14 different screens.
Within the stadium.
Yeah, within the stadium, and then also social media as well, and like the fan shop. So you got to take that all into consideration when you're actually designing the visuals.
Yeah.
Because one thing, so like one screen has to work for the other screens as well, so it all has to flow nicely.
So let's say somebody went to go see an Anderlecht game tomorrow, and they watched the game and they were there, and within the stadium they'd see your visuals.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you.
So like all of the visuals are basically mine.
Wow.
But they do have some visuals that they've already got, and then I think the ones that I made was something that they didn't have at the time. So they really wanted to develop their kind of like experience of the football games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. So like even when like somebody scores a goal, a player scores a goal, it will come up. And
Yeah, like
your design.
So yeah, I had to do visual for scoring a goal, and then player IDs. So like when players announced, then it would show up on the screens, or like when they have like kickoff, there will be like a kickoff animation. And starting 11, then they'll have start 11 animation as well.
And I know you haven't seen a game in person yet. We haven't actually seen this in real life. But when you've seen these videos come through that they're sending you, what was that feeling like?
It's actually mad.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just because it's such a wide scale as well. The stadium is so big, and seeing my work to that scale is amazing. I have done some work in a football stadium before for Arsenal versus MLS All Stars.
Okay.
But I didn't really get any footage of that, and that was mainly the screens around, like, I don't even know what you call them.
Like around the outside of the stadium?
No, it's, the boarding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Around the
bottom.
pitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So the boarding around the pitch was what I did the visuals for that. But I didn't do it like, because they've got LED ribbons. And they got a lot of screens to play with, rather than like a stadium that's just got scoreboards and then
big club. That's why you say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they put a lot of work into the stadium. So yeah.
Exactly. Cool, man. So yeah, that must have been crazy. Well, I'm proud of you, man. Seriously, I think it's such a fantastic achievement. Where does the love of football come from with you?
It's always been through my parents.
Really?
My parents took me to Coventry City games.
Yeah.
When I don't know how old.
Who just got promoted, by the way, which is unbelievable.
Promoted, champions.
Yeah. Amazing.
We're going back to the Premier League. Don't know how long that's going to last, but
you'll be back down next season.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm just happy that we got promoted, to be honest.
It's an amazing achievement. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's come from young, has it?
Yeah, it's come from young. I think it's just my dad, he loves football, and he wanted to take me to games. Obviously, I was really young. I was probably falling asleep at the stadium,
right?
Like watching the game. But that's how I got into it, and they kept buying football shirts for me like every year. So kind of just went into it. Highfield Road. I went to some games there, but I can't really it's so vivid. Can't really picture it.
Yeah.
Because I was so young.
So, and I think you mentioned, are your family season ticket holders, or you're a season ticket holder?
So, I mean, I've been a season ticket holder for maybe 3 or 4 years now. But previously, I was a season ticket holder for like a year or two.
Okay.
When we're in League 2.
League 2, yeah.
League 2, League 1. It's kind of crazy.
It's mad.
But,
so impressive. But
at the moment, I'm not really going to any games. Sadly, I missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
So my mum's just been going to all the games, basically.
She must have had a whale of a time.
Yeah, right. But we share a season ticket. and we got the season ticket package where it's like if we go to the Premier League, then we get a free season ticket next year.
Yep.
So
Sick. It's going to be amazing. So how do you tie in the fact that you're a lifelong Coventry City fan? You've just done your first proper big football stadium visual project with RSC Anderlecht in Belgium. Does that then spark some ideas in your head where you're thinking, look, if I've done it for this club, they're a massive Belgian club, do you think I would love to do that for more football teams? Do you think I would like to do it for my own football team that you're a fan of? Like, talk on that.
Yeah, I've always had it in my head, especially from going to games where I like see the scoreboards. I see that they're doing some visuals in some way with the boarding around the pitch, but I'm like, I could level this up higher than what it is at the moment.
Your brain's going thinking I could do this or that with it. Yeah,
especially because I've just done the Anderlecht one.
Right,
it gave me a lot of motivation to try and work with Coventry to get some visuals in the stadium.
We'll make it happen. Definitely.
I mean, I would do it for free, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet.
It's one of those things where it's like, I love the club.
Yeah.
If I can just work with them in some way, then I'll be happy to just do it for free.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Now, well done. Well done, seriously. So let's come away from football for a second.
Yeah.
Let's stay on the stadium visuals or arena visuals. Talk on that. What other work have you done? I know you're working on some exciting stuff right now that you can't talk about or disclose who it is, but it's a massive megastar. But talk on the stadium visual side of things.
So it's the stadium visuals.
Yeah, or just visuals in general, like that you've had on.
I mean, I've been working with a lot of DJs, and so yeah, I've got a lot of work that's come up recently, and it's mainly been from doing work with John Summit, and he did a festival, and he wanted some artists to create some visuals, and I ended up doing around 15 visuals for the festival, and then from doing that festival and posting it online, then I've had a lot of DJs and like production companies reach out to me saying that they want some visuals created for their artists. If they're like managers of an artist, and they'll be like, yeah, I kind of want 5-10 visuals for our artist DJ that we manage. So there's been like quite a few artists that I've been working with, like Don't Blink, and I've been working with Twinsic at the moment. And I did some work for RL Grime not long ago as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been kind of a roller coaster of different projects coming up and working on all of that. But it's been super cool working on like live show stuff, because when I first got, I think it was one of my first freelance gigs, and it was for some live visuals for G Jones, who is a American artist. And from doing that, it made me realize I want to do more like live show stuff, because I think it was at Red Rocks. It's like a massive venue in the US.
Yeah.
And I saw some they took some footage of it, and I was just amazed by
It's an incredible venue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
It's impressive.
So yeah, that was like my first freelance gig, and then I was like manifesting to do more work like that. And now it's just like came true, really, because I'm getting a lot of that kind of work now.
Yeah.
And I want to keep doing more and more of it.
I mean, talk on the Chris Stussy stuff. I know you mentioned the DJ and stuff, but what's the relationship with this guy and his brand?
Yeah, so Chris Stussy, I've been working with him for a long time now. I think it's like three or 4 years. And so basically I ended up making a poster when I was doing my one poster a day challenge and trying to just build my following up. I did a poster dedicated to one of his songs that he's made. And yeah, I made a poster around that. And then I posted it online. And then I think it was like a couple of days later, he goes and he DMs me and he's like, are you free? We need a designer to work on some branding for a label that I'm working on. So yeah, I was like, I'm down for that straight away. And so yeah, I worked on the branding for Up the Stuss, which is his label, and it's going really well for him. And yeah, I do all the vinyl covers and yeah, do all the vinyl covers and all the social promo for the vinyls, like the releases of the tracks.
Damn, you've worked with so many, so
Yeah,
many incredible people that are doing their thing as well. So that's amazing, man.
yeah.
What about just quickly? What about I know we're going into music. Was there any other musicians or any other music artists that you've worked with or talk on? Even the one you're working with right now. That when you told me, I was like, oh my god, like, what the hell? Without disclosing the information, of course.
Music artists.
Yeah.
I mean, I work with a lot of music artists. I think the one project that stood out to me working on was the Floor J project with Lyrical Lemonade.
Oh yes,
that was a massive
that music
project.
Video
yeah,
popped off.
Because I think the reason I love this project so much is because it was a lyric video and it had all typography in it. Most scenes had typography, and there was me and a few others working on it. And yeah, it was just an amazing project to work on, and so easy to work with the team.
Yeah,
that was there.
How much creative freedom did they give you on that?
Well, they didn't really give me any direction.
Wow.
They were just like, this is what Studio Dunbar did, which is a massive agency, like well-known agency. Studio Dunbar did I think it was like the social animations for it, but they needed a proper lyric video and they couldn't take on that project.
Right.
So they got on board a few designers, myself and then a few others, and yeah, we ended up doing our own thing. And they just said, "Oh, just reference this kind of style
and just go away with it and do your own thing." And is that an artist's like dream thing to hear? Would you say, or can it be a nightmare sometimes?
It's a bit hit and miss,
really.
But I think because I was working with real life footage, it made it so much easier. I feel because you can just play around with the space within the footage itself.
Got you.
So had a lot of I was kind of like inspired by the way the footage was, and I've never really done anything like that, like properly using the footage. So trying to get the perspective of your animation to look like it's in the footage.
Right. It's interesting as well because what I find with you is that a lot of the time you are working with either we're working within the music space or the sports space, and that video had a lot of basketball activity, and there's a lot of basketballing going on, and how you've done some of the visuals around that lady bouncing the ball and like it's, in this circular motion and all these different things. Let's go over to the sports side. I just want to touch on this. Like, I mean, the one thing that stands out to me is that in one of the biggest footballers ever to play the game, and the Instagram story, that's the one thing that stands out. You designed the visuals for, who was it? You can say it. Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
Messi.
Messi,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Messi and then we'll go backwards from there and touch on Nike, Adidas, and those different other sports brands as well. Talk on that.
I mean, it's quite crazy because Messi is so big of a like celebrity and like footballer in general. It's not like that. The work that I did for him, I didn't feel like it was worth showcasing on my portfolio.
Guys,
As big as it is, but
this is how many incredible brands this guy's worked with. He's like, yeah, so I just designed something for Messi's story, but I didn't think it was worthy enough to repost.
no, I think because I've got such a level to my craft that I'm just trying to make sure that my portfolio looks as good as it is and can get better.
Yeah.
Because I think social content that I've worked on in the past, it doesn't really hit as much as like doing some visuals for a DJ and you see that live, or you see like footage of it.
Yeah.
Or like the stadium stuff.
Yeah.
It as much as the person he is, it's really good having that work and the way he had it posted to all his like followers.
Crazy. So you designed something for his story and then they put it on they posted.
Yeah. I think the reason why I don't really care too much about that one is probably because I was working with an agency.
Right.
If it was a freelance job,
different story.
Maybe it'd be different.
Different story. So we're going to touch on that in a second, and then I want to go to like your origin story and how you've even got here. So how long you been freelance for now? Would you say?
I think it's
7-8 years.
No, not free. Well, I guess if you take into account the freelance jobs that I did when I was at an agency, then probably like 6 or 7.
Okay. So you talk about the other sports brands that you've worked with just quickly, and were they through an agency or were they freelance? Do you know what? The only reason I say this is that there's going to be people watching this that either want to get into this space that are unsure about how they would, and they see what you're doing, they see the fantastic things that you're doing, the companies that you're working with, and they'll probably want to hear a little bit about how you've, how this kind of came to fruition.
Yeah. I mean, I first got a job out of university working with We Are Social, who are agency.
They're big.
Yeah, they're quite big in the social space, and seems like a lot of people know it in London.
Yeah.
But yeah, through all the like posting that I was doing on Instagram, like the one poster a day, the 36 days of type, all of those really made me get a job within London.
Right.
Which is something I didn't really expect to be going to. Like, I was in Coventry. I wasn't really too bothered on going to London. I know a few people that were going to go to London for work, and I was like, I'm not too fussed. And also, I had a degree show, and no one was really paying attention to the work that I was doing there.
Damn.
So I was kind of in my own bubble. I was just like working away on my social media presence and just doing my own thing, making like posters and trying to level up myself, because that's the only way you're going to level up. Just
quickly, what's that feeling like? You're doing a degree show, nobody's really paying attention, and look on that table right now and that football team that you've worked with and you've designed their stadium visuals.
Yeah.
Compare those two feelings. What are they like?
I mean, I think people not paying attention to the work that I'm doing, it's kind of motivation.
You use it as fuel.
I always use it as motivation, fuel to like better myself.
I love that.
And with the university stuff anyway, it was kind of, the work wasn't great.
Right. So you see it as, I could have leveled up anyway and I can do better.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah.
But that was more graphic design based, and I moved over to motion pretty quickly after that.
Yeah.
Because I think at first, the way I got into motion was I was doing some visuals on the projector for the for the art degree show.
Okay.
So that was my first gig basically.
Wow.
I was doing visuals on the projector for the degree show, like just my own kind of freedom, I guess, because there was a theme. It was called Dive In, and I was trying to learn animation and 3D as well. And I made some waves with some typography, like riding on the waves.
Right.
And then that was kind of a loop that was going on within the degree show. So that was kind of my part within that. So I could say that was quite cool.
That is quite cool. That's how you started, and then look at what you're doing right now. Just quickly then, some of the sports brands that you work with, let's just do quick fire. Just list some of them off. What are they?
Gatorade, Adidas, Nike.
Is that it? BMP? Are they sport?
Mizuno. Mizuno.
Yeah, they make good football boots.
Yeah, Mizuno. Paribas. I mean, it's kind of sometimes it's difficult to remember who I've worked with.
Oh, I've just remembered. Just quickly, just talk on the most recent projection of yours.
Oh yeah,
from High Rocks onto Marble Arch. Talk on that. What was the task? How did that kind of come around? What was the situation there?
It's quite funny because it's something I don't really expect to work on, like Marble Arch projection with it's well-known sports like events.
Yeah, gaining more popularity as well.
Yeah, but it's never something that comes to my mind like, oh, I should work on this.
It's quite random, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's the freedom and like it's the freedom and it's the opportunities I get really.
Right.
Through emails. It's quite a lucky thing, but it's quite...
Do you think it's luck though?
It's random. I like the randomness and like how I didn't really think of that, but I'll do that.
Yeah. See, this is where I think you're maybe a little bit too humble, because I don't think it is random. You've put in a lot of work to get in this position. I mean, your story, bro. Like, let me ask you this: how does somebody go from 2 GCSEs to working with these global multi-billion-dollar companies, Nike, Adidas, PlayStation, Netflix? Like, how does someone do that?
I think it came down to like, well, when I got those GCSEs, the 2 GCSEs, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do now? Like, where am I going to go from this? Because obviously I can't go lower than this. So it was kind of the thing of just like trying to figure out what I like and what I don't like. And because I was a creative person and I enjoyed making things, I thought that was the way to go. But obviously when I went to apply to study graphic design at college, I couldn't even get into the course because
you didn't have
I only had 2 GCSEs and I didn't have English and maths.
Damn.
So that was an obstacle. And then the only resort I had was going into construction, bricklaying, plumbing.
I cannot imagine
woodwork
in doing bricklaying, plumbing, or woodwork. What was that like? Was that weird?
Yeah, but it was something I kind of got pressured into it. I feel because my family were like, "Oh, you should try and do something like this because we need someone that will help if we need some work doing."
Yeah, that's jokes.
And obviously they can get it for free. They're like,
right.
But yeah, I think it was quite an experience, but it wasn't something I wanted to do for the future. But at least I tried it. It was quite some stuff that I liked doing. Maybe like the bricklaying. It was quite fun. It's quite I don't know. You can just chill and lay bricks. It's quite nice.
Do you know what? Yeah, this brings me nicely to. I always think there's always those moments. So you mentioned there about hitting rock bottom, and you can't get any lower than, like you said there, you get 2 GCSEs and you think, what am I going to do? Because I can't go get a job. And I always think with successful people like yourself, there's always these 2 paths here. There's these 2 journeys. and you can either go on one journey or go on the other.
Yeah.
You've taken path B, in my opinion. You've took path B, you've gone path B, and you've said, you know what, I'm not going to let what happened here, the two GCSEs not doing that well in school conventionally, I'm not going to let that define me, and I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to pave my own lane. And that's what you need to be congratulated for, bro. And this is why I've come here today, and I've brought these things here, because it's really important that you acknowledge that. Because what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to get even more successful, and you're going to do more stuff. And even the announcement that you're sitting on right now that you can't reveal it's monumental. It's massive, bro. It's huge. That path A, you could have said, just want to put this out there, you could have said, well, that's that then. 2 GCSEs. I'll just do bricklaying and woodwork and these. And there's nothing wrong with those careers if you want to do it.
Yeah.
But you knew that you were destined for something greater, right? Where what kind of self-talk did you have to say to yourself, or where did that come from? Like the motivation in your head to be like, I'm going to pave my own lane, even doing the 36 days of type and being like, I'm going to create my Instagram as this basically like hub and magnet to get work through the door. Like, where did all this come from, bro? Seriously.
I just think because I had two GCSEs, I wasn't really going to go any lower than that. And it's like, I've got to try and do something. And I was looking at how I could do what I want to do.
Mm.
And I think most of that is just doing it on your own back and always just like working nonstop on yourself when no one else is like watching, and yeah, just constantly trying to better myself. I feel
that. I love
and that. Yeah, I feel like
Can I ask you something? Because I feel like this whole conversation has been all about the highs and all the stuff that you've done, and I think it is important to remember as well and mention, and we've all got those in our own stories. What was the lowest point? What was the lowest point that you had, like, throughout this whole career of yours, that maybe you questioned yourself or questioned your ability, or maybe questioned something? What was your lowest point, would you say?
Of this like the motion stuff?
Yeah, just like with work and everything that you're doing.
I think the lowest point of my journey was probably when I was getting a lot of emails to work on very good projects, and I was working at an agency that was the competitor of another.
So you couldn't say yes.
Yeah,
couldn't accept it.
At the time when I first went into my agency job, there was a night campaign, and it could have been something that I worked on because they were asking like my availability and all that. But obviously I wasn't freelance at the time, and I was working with Adidas.
Right.
So it was a bit of conflict, and it's something I could have probably went and just done it behind their back. And
You're not like that though.
no, I think I would have been a bit guilty, to be honest. Because they would have seen it, and then we would have been like, who did that then?
Yeah, exactly. So you'd say that was the lowest point for you. Why? Because you think that you were missing out on opportunities.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
But also, I guess other lowest points probably when freelance work is like drying up, and then it's like, am I even going to get another job? Or, well, yeah, what am I going to do? It's kind of a wake-up call, though.
Yeah, and do you know what? That's something that people don't talk about. Whether you're freelance, self-employed, you're running your own business, is that you don't have that. You basically you just don't have that that certainty that you're gonna get paid at the end of every month. And I know a lot of the stuff that we've been working on over the last 7-8 months is, look, this guy has a lot of experience. This guy has a lot of experience under his belt. You're highly skilled. You've been in the industry for a long time. You can run this whole operation like a fully fledged business. But I think the difference when we first started doing this was, I think you were operating from, I'm a freelancer. But what I'm trying to make you see is that you're not a freelancer. You've got you got a business that can take off and take over the world. Seriously, change the world. That's what kind of business you have. But I think sometimes it's so easy to be in the, well, you know, because I remember when I was in an agency, and I remember also that, you know, at the end, I've only got two GCSEs at the end of the day. Like, so a lot of the times we can compare it to like our old lives.
Yeah.
But really, if you compare it to like the potential, like, for example, what you've done with this football team, for me, when I look at this from the outside, not knowing anything about design, motion, I still call you a graphic designer, not even a motion artist, right? I look at it from the outside and I think, this is a game changer, because how many football clubs are there in the world? And
exactly.
how good did you do this project? Incredibly, right? So yeah, okay. Would you say there's some mental struggles with just like being a freelancer and just understanding maybe it takes, I don't know, it can take a toll on you when you don't have that consistency?
Yeah, I think you can get in your own bubble, and it's like you're kind of, especially when I'm running like my social media account, and most of my work was coming through emails.
Yeah.
It can be like you don't know where to start, like trying to reach out.
It can be overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like with the work that we've done, it's got massive improvement, to be honest.
For sure. It's unreal. It's unreal. I was even speaking to on the retreat that we just done, I was speaking to some of the lads about it, and I was like, listen, I was speaking to Taryn about it. I was like, listen, what Jake's doing, it's a joke, mate. Like, serious. Like, he actually said to me, how's Jake getting along? I said, listen, I can't even tell you. The kids just, he's on a different planet. Not to gas you up, because I do think it's important to also stay humble, but I think you're too humble. Can we just talk about just quickly, the person that you're working with for the artist that you can't disclose the information? Just talk on that. What role have you been assigned to do right now with this world megastar?
So I've been given like a song of his to create some visuals for his tour that he's going to be doing at some point. So it's actually quite interesting, because it doesn't even focus around like typography.
Nice.
It's like different from what I normally do, because most of the time people are like, oh, can you create some like kinetic typography with my like name and all that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just like shapes and kind of abstract.
And is it going well since I last spoke to you about it?
Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah. Almost done, or?
Yeah, nearly done.
Almost done. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. We'll get to well, I was going to say we'll get to a show, but I think you and your lady will probably enjoy the music probably more than I will.
Probably. Well, I don't even listen to him, but it's quite surreal.
It is surreal. When you told me that, you know, we hopped on a call the other day, and I was going to talk to you about, you know, Anderlecht, different stuff, you know, the direction we can move towards in the future, and then you just dropped this on me with a straight face, and you were like, yeah, and I was like, bro, come on, man, like this is unbelievable. And you were like, just see how it goes, you know. You actually said, well, you know, I don't actually listen to his music. That's not the point. No one cares. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I'm going to run you through a couple things. What was the game-changing moment for you in your career, would you say? The one moment that shifted everything, that changed everything, that just things changed.
I think it was going freelance was like the main thing.
Right.
Because I'm my own boss, and I can pick and choose like the projects that I want to work on, and like navigate towards a certain kind of, the certain projects I want to work on, like the live visuals, and I don't have to do so much of the social media, like advertising that I used to do. So I think probably that.
Yeah. That's fascinating, bro. I always feel like there's those game-changing moments. Do you feel like the Anderlecht project was also a game-changing moment, or you feel like it was a progression, or talk on that?
I think it was game-changing, yeah. In the sense of like creating a motion system for a football club, and me having like a lot of control of how it works, and giving a lot of opportunity to create something special. So yeah, definitely something in the right direction for the future.
I like that. If a football club's watching right now, or a middleman that work with a football club and they want to get in contact with you to design their stadium visuals, maybe just give them just like a short sentence or description of some of the stuff that you can do to their live football experience.
I feel like a lot of visuals within stadiums, they don't really create much energy. And
what does that mean? Energy, what does that mean?
I mean, the visuals itself, they're quite basic, and they don't show any kind of like
character.
Yeah, or like show that football club in the visuals.
Right.
So like the color schemes, and also the way it creates like atmosphere as well. But I guess, it depends on the stadium. If you've got just the scoreboard, then I don't know how you're going to work with that.
Yeah, that's a bit harder.
Yeah.
If there's one football team you could work with, who would it be?
Well, I'm obviously going to say Coventry.
Okay.
So Coventry is the main one.
Okay.
That's where I am.
Yeah, that's close to your heart, right?
Yeah.
If you couldn't pick Coventry, what's the one football team in the whole world you could work with?
I think maybe like Barcelona. I feel like they have a lot of... I've seen a lot of their videos on when they're celebrating goals, and I see some visuals that pop up around the stadium. They've got a big stadium, so I mean, it would be good to work on visuals across that, to be honest.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And also, I think Barcelona is one of those teams that I started supporting when I was abroad.
Really?
Yeah, when I was young, my parents used to buy me Barcelona tops all the time.
Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't know.
So I think that's one of those teams. If it wasn't a UK team, then probably Barcelona.
No Arsenal, no?
Nah.
Duh.
I mean,
Can't
now
get looking,
that Coventry are going into the Prem, I'm not going to be supporting Arsenal. I was supporting Arsenal this season, but I think they're going downhill on the Prem. Like,
bro, we're in the Champions League final. If we win all our games, Man City dropped points the other day. Let's not. We're gonna make this. We're gonna timestamp this by 10. Look, we won't say anything. Okay, what's one brand company that you drop everything for to work with tomorrow? The email comes through and you're like, right, I need to stop everything. I need to just do my best on this, which I think you do anyway. But what's one brand that you drop everything for?
Probably like Apple.
Apple.
I feel like they've always got some crazy visuals, and kind of like, I love their design side of things. And I know a lot of people that work at Apple that are like really good at motion.
Yeah.
Maybe Apple, but in a sense, it's like I've already worked with a lot of big brands that I'm like, I never expected to work with them. That was like a dream goal back then.
Yeah. Like who? Who would you say?
Like Nike and like Adidas. Like Adidas mainly.
Yeah. You've done a lot with Adidas, right?
I used to work purely on Adidas things. But it got to a point where I wasn't really working on anything amazing.
Yeah. I like that. Bro, I'm just going to do a quick fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run through these. So try and answer in as concise words as you can. You ready, yeah? Okay. What's the biggest mistake you see beginner designers make?
Looking into tutorials too much.
Quickly elaborate on that. Just like quickly expand on that. That seems quite interesting. What do you mean?
Kind of, well, I do a lot of YouTube content, and I do create like kind of tutorials on how I make certain things. But I feel like people rely on tutorials too much, and they're not really expressing themselves enough in what they want to make.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like there's too many people that kind of just go off tutorials and don't really pave their own lane with
Yeah,
what they're making.
I like that. Cool. What do you think matters more, talent or taste?
You kind of need a bit of both, though.
You need a bit of both.
Yeah, because if you don't have taste, then like where you got the talent?
Right. There's no point having the talent if you don't have the taste.
Yeah,
What you're saying?
it's kind of like being a graphic designer. It's like you know what looks good.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. Let me just quickly ask you this. You know, when these companies get in contact and they see your Instagram, a lot of the time, people with these big companies will see your Instagram. They'll get in touch through your Instagram, right? They'll hit the link tree. They'll hit the Calendly button. They'll book a call. They'll hit DM.
Yeah.
Do you think they're reaching out to you for talent or because you got good taste? What do you think?
I think they're reaching out to me because of the way I explore how to animate typography, and because I feel like my style is quite unique, and it's like very experimental, and that's my approach anyway, like being so experimental that no one knows how it's made.
I like that. That kind of goes on to the next one. What's one thing you do that separates you from 90% of designers?
Experiment 1,000 times.
Really?
More than like probably other people.
You know, when you hosted that workshop in Poland, is that a lot of the things that you mentioned about experimentation?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. So the workshop that I did in Poland, I mainly covered like basics of keyframes and animating a sequence, but also going over a lot of effects I use and how it can elevate a piece. Yeah. So yeah, it was something that I always like to do.
Yeah. That was a cool experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did some, little bit of, some practice sessions beforehand. What was that like, that Poland workshop?
I think it was pretty good. And I was going out my comfort zone because I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
But it was pretty chill in the end.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just wanting to learn. So that's the amazing thing.
Do you know what's so funny? You were going to pass up on that opportunity.
Yeah, I was.
Do you remember?
Well, I had the email and I was like, should I speak to Den about this? I don't know.
I'm not really sure about this. I was like, hold on. This is a comfort zone thing. This is different. This is you doing public speaking. This is workshops. This is so that's another thing that you've pushed yourself. Mate, the last 18 months have just been like personal development and just career to another level. You should be flipping proud of yourself, mate. Seriously.
I feel like it's like this year
It's taken
itself,
off.
it's already leveled up.
It's taken off, mate.
Further than last year.
Can you imagine by the end of the year what we'll be sitting here talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite mad though.
Touch wood, it's all going to go well, man. Touch wood. If somebody's watching this right now and they're an aspiring motion artist and they've also, got 2 GCSEs or they're not doing that well in school or they're maybe not so hopeful about their career and their future and they want to get into this, what would be your advice?
I mean, keep doing personal projects. That's the main thing. Like doing personal projects and like post them online. I feel like a lot of people are scared to actually post their work,
Right.
which shouldn't be the case. If you're good at what you do, then showcase it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you post it, then someone might see it that you don't expect, and then they end up reaching out, and then you end up working on something cool.
Yeah.
So
isn't it crazy how you have built a lot of what you've built through your Instagram, showcasing one, but then also people reaching out through your Instagram too? Isn't that like? Do you think that's like? I don't know. I think that's fascinating that you've basically. It's only really one channel.
yeah,
You've just you haven't been on TikTok or LinkedIn. I know you post on there now and then, but you're not on there consistently talking about it. Was that a conscious decision? I'm going to make this Instagram to showcase my work and so people can reach out and give me these opportunities, or was you just creating for flow of it?
I feel because I created such a big following on Instagram, and I feel like it's just more like design focused on there than it is on like TikTok or like X.
Yeah.
So I feel like also when you're on someone's profile, you can just see all their work.
Yeah.
So mine's kind of just a online portfolio, really.
Yeah.
My Instagram. I've got like thousands of videos, so
You do.
there's always going to be something that someone sees and then they're like, oh, I want this from you.
Yeah.
Instead of, there's always something different that someone references on my work and they're like, oh, can you make something like this?
How important is the consistency?
Not so much, not so important these days. I think it's probably because I'm super busy with things.
Yeah.
But when you're starting out, you need to be
You
consistent.
have to, innit?
Because you probably not get any clients yet.
Yeah.
But when you're consistent, then you'll be able to get 1 client, and then 2 clients, 3 clients.
Yeah.
So yeah, consistency is massive when you start out.
So important,
And
isn't it?
that's why I was posting like every day.
For how long?
250 days, I think. And then I stopped. And then I did another one for like 100 days of motion. So I've done like challenges in some ways. And then I feel after it, I feel kind of like I'm burnt out.
Right.
And then I'm not doing my best with client projects.
Yeah.
So it really just depends if you've got any work going on.
Well, yeah, I think that's actually what it is. In the beginning, if you don't have anything going and nobody knows you, you got to be posting everywhere and anywhere. Well, just pick one for a starter. And you just mentioned that 250 days, then you took a break, then it's another 100 days. People listening, that's the barrier to entry. That's why we're here talking about this guy's achievements. That's why we're talking about all of the football teams and sports brands that he's worked with, because you put the work in 2018, 2019, 2020, all of these years prior, you put the work in to get to this level, and it hasn't been because, you haven't got lucky. You've grinded to get here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So something you should be proud of yourself for. What would you give younger Jake advice on? If younger Jake's watching this right now, he's about 18 and he's watching this and he could see you now, what's he saying to you? Sorry, what are you saying to him? Sorry, wrong way around.
It's a good question, to be honest. Something that I don't really think about, to be honest. But what would I say to my younger self? I think, well, I started a bit late on like my social presence than I could have, really.
So start earlier.
Yeah. Starting earlier. I feel, because I see some people and they're like 13, 14 and they're on social media already.
Different times though, isn't it?
Yeah. But even when I was like 18, I wasn't on Instagram in that sense. But I think I was too wrapped up in like clothing, making clothing.
Yeah.
But that's all like, and that's a whole different world, really.
Yeah. You're a true creative though, man. So of course it's always going to go into different areas, the prints, the t-shirts, that's a natural evolution of being a creative. So yeah.
I feel like I have so many ideas in my head and it's like, what can I do next?
Yeah. Mate, one last question before we wrap up. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
You say you're proud of yourself?
For sure, yeah. From where I was to where I am now, it's like there's so many levels above like how I was. So 2 GCSEs isn't exactly impressive, is it? So and then I think my parents are quite like, they weren't expecting me to go in this avenue, but it's worked out, and they're always like, oh, how are you getting on, like how's work, like, and then I tell them who I'm working with and then they're always like, oh, that's so good, like.
Yeah. Are they proud?
Yeah.
But
like when I had 2 GCSEs, they're like, what are you gonna do, like?
Yeah. Who's the one that grounds you and keeps you humble, mum or dad?
Probably my mum.
Mum keeps you humble?
Yeah.
How so?
I mean, they both do, to be honest.
Do they?
I mean, my mum hypes me up too much. She's like, oh yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that.
Telling
with
people.
like neighbours and stuff like that.
You're like, Mum, shut up, man.
I'm just trying to like be low key about it.
I hear you, man.
Because you don't really, there's times where you don't need to like brag about it. to
No,
be
of
honest.
course not. But today, we do.
Or if you're like pitching something.
Yeah, well, that's different. Listen, Jake, you're doing amazing things. Long may this continue. I think the next 6 to 12 months are also going to be a game changer. They're going to be, I think things are going to fall on your plate that we're not even going to, we can't even see right now. I'm intrigued and excited to see what even comes from this project once, the current one that you're about to finish with the musician. I think the football stuff that you're doing is amazing because it's also combining your love of, sport and football and bringing everything together. Is beautiful. So, and you just got back from Philippines. You live an ideal life, mate. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I need to get back.
Back to the grind.
Yeah.
Welcome to London. Well done, bro.
Cheers, mate.